Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Giants going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in one of America's finest cities, Miami, Florida. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Miami Dolphins. On first down, Manning, and bringing it in right side here, Beckham. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So Manning to Beckham, and this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more, more, more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And Ndamukong Suh able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Jelani Jenkins. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Sometimes I think even Eli falls into the trap of thinking that Beckham can catch anything. Here it's a throw where he'll wish he could have back because even OBJ wasn't going to be able to get his hands on that one.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
Check 380. Zebra. Check 3.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Giants offense coming back onto the field, and for them, what a nice victory in Dallas to open the season. They've opened 4 of the last 5 years against the Cowboys. This is the first time in that span, though, that they've beaten them. And Eli Manning gave Ben McAdoo as head coach the game ball.
And you mentioned first, right, that first victory for the Giants over the Cowboys in an opener. How about first game for Ben McAdoo, the head coach of the Giants? First win, first game ball. First of everything for Ben McAdoo, but he hopes it's not going to be the last. I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership, a big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Here's Manning to throw. Going left side, and he's got Donnell. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. Gun, 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 gun.
Manning now on first down. Looking for Cruz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. The play clock's running down. Now Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Janoris Jenkins combines excellent coverage ability with supreme confidence in himself. He thinks that no one is going to catch a pass in his area. Calls himself Clamp City.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, the Dolphins will ask Matt Darr to kick it away. Back deep is Dwayne Harris here. Fielded at the 33. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him, and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. On second down, here's Manning. Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is Jennings. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now Manning throwing on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Able to find Harris, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Jennings. And some room to maneuver. And a cutback left and a crease here. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Rashad Jennings, 29 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, nice move. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And out come the Dolphins now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. So completion on second down, that brings up 3rd. Back to throw, Tannehill. Hard throw, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Harris now to return. Look at this spin.
Balance.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looks pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll begin the drive with Rashad Jennings. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
There goes Sterling Shepard. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 60 yards. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Miami after this. And here we go on 1st and goal. They'll try to run now with Jennings. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Rashad Jennings with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants add on to their lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They juked him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Charles, let me get your thoughts on the AFC West in general after week 1. You know, the Chargers losing that tough one, but they put up a good showing. Broncos and Raiders both winning 1-point games. What do you see from the AFC West?
For me, partner, nothing has changed from what I thought going into the season. In fact, it's actually solidified what I thought, that the AFC West is going to be one of the better divisions in football. Kansas City still riding that winning streak in the regular season from last year. They extended it in week 1 of this year. Oakland, everyone talks about being a surprise. They're no longer a surprise. They're a solid team that will contend. And Denver's just the defending champions in the league. And San Diego played much better than expected in week 1.
Another pistol look here.
380. 380. Dagger. Dagger. Kill. Dagger. Dagger. Zebra. Zebra.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over in.